Every year we'd shear the sheep, we'd go down to Newcastle to the auction rooms and watch our wool being sold. You know, the agents, they'd love our wool and they'd go, yeah, we'll have this, and you have this, and
Yes, Dan.
Oh, is there another one, is it? No. A brace of jaguars.
She got like a steady wash bag.
oh, you're starting next year? Oh,
Just going to
We grow merinos. We're extremely passionate about the natural, ethical and sustainable fibre that they produce, and that's why we decided to start a company called LoveMerino. So you can trace things right back to the sheep on our farm. We practice holistic management, where we mimic nature. So we graze for short periods of time, 3 to 5 days, and then we rest the paddocks for 120 days. And in doing that, we've been able to, over 17, 18 years, get 100% ground cover, which means we capture all the rain that lands on our farm and we keep it because there's no bare ground. In doing so, in doing holistic management, regenerate a heap of unique native grasses that were extinct in our area, and this has been an inspiration for our designs in our scarves. Each year we'd go to Newcastle to watch our wool being sold, which was a fun time, and you'd see the wool getting sold, but you never knew where it landed. So it was always a passion of ours to know where our wool landed. Then we hooked up with a guy called Warwick Rolfe. He owns a company called Wellington at Forbes, and he produces undergarments like singlets, fences, skirts, scarves, lots of different things. And so he loved our story, and he decided to buy all our fleece, all our wool, and put it into his product so he can follow our story at Glenwood. Been approached by many companies over the last 10 years, Muji, Van Heusen, Patagonia, Elk, Mila Purdy, who all want to come and buy our wool and produce it into their product. The trouble is it's quite an expensive process, so sometimes they don't want to pay the price for the wool. So this year we decided to start LoveMerino, and we thought we'd start on scarves and do it well, do it simple. This year I've got 26 different types of scarves. There are 3 different designs. One is a screen print, which is, we had a young girl, Manuela Strano. She's an Italian girl and an artist from Sydney. She came up to Glenwood and spent the weekend, took photos of all the native grasses and the garden and the kids. She came up with a couple of designs, and one design was the Glenwood design, which was so all the foliage from Glenwood out of our garden, the roses, and she also took photos of native grasses, so the chocolate lilies, the weeping rice grass, the paper daisy. And then we had to choose what we wanted out of a design. So we chose paper daisy, and Glenwood summer is from the garden because I wanted to pay tribute to my mother-in-law and those who had lived in the Glenwood homestead and built that garden. So there's Glenwood summer and paper daisy. This is paper daisy. So from that, Manny made the design, and we went to Publisher Textiles, which are a screen printing design, and I don't know if you've seen on the Instagram or the Facebook, but they roll out the fabric in 20 metres and they do this screen printing, and it's magnificent. And then it goes, and some of it's natural, and then some of it's over-dyed into colours. So that's one design. The other design was the Glenwood Summer. That's the same. And then we went to a company called Shibori, which is traditional Japanese dyeing. It's a bit like tie dyeing, so they use blocks of wood and clamps and they put it in hot and cold dye. It takes 2 hours to do one scarf that we've got here in all different colours, and it's called shibori. So there's a girl called Pepper and Karen, and Karen is originally from Orange and they work in Stanmore. The other one is an ombre dyeing, so it goes from dark to light. And so I've got a few that, they go from blue to yellow or charcoal to plum. And they all take about 2 hours, so they're all individual, they're all very different. Certificate of authenticity, there's 1 of 50, so it's a limited edition. Our vision at LoveMerino, so with Norm and Ian and Tess, they're all my team, is to sell our scarves and our story all over the world, to showcase up and coming Australian designers. So each year I'd like to get a different designer and showcase their design. And I'd love to have a Wellington designer. If you know of anyone, let me know. And we'd like to promote merino as the best fibre in the world. That's one of our visions. And eventually I'd love to open a space in Wellington and bring it back to Wellington and employ some local people and do it here in Wellington. I don't think I can do the screen printing or the shibori dyeing, but I could do a lot of it here. So that would be our aim. Consumers are becoming very aware of what they want and what they want from their product, and they want to know the story behind their brand. And we've got an amazing story, and like I said, we want to share it with the world. We've got 5 beautiful children and we're blessed to live and work in what I think is the best place in Australia, Wellington. So, and I'm sure you all agree. Glenwood is not just a farming business, it's a way of life. We're always striving to find a balance between the environment, the animals, our business and our family. We're breeding animals that are comfortable in their environment. Quality of our fabric is second to none. It's beautiful, the whiteness and its elasticity of the Glenwood merino. The luster's so bright, it's beautiful, like just have a look. And if you think wool is itchy, then you've never worn LoveMerino or Woolerina. You need to try it against your skin.